No, I mean, we know that it's a lot of hype to this game with the trade that was made this summer, but it is another game for us. And for us, the focus is defending home court, continuing to try to do that. We have another very talented team coming in here that had success against us a couple weeks ago. And, before we go back out on the road, it's OKC coming in here. We know that, but the focus is to defend home court.
We've really seen this home crowd rally behind you guys, especially in this last 4-game stretch. How huge is that in the environment that you're going to have tomorrow night?
Well, it's always big, and to get the fan support and the crowd support, and what we've tried to do is give them something to support, and by coming out and playing good basketball and bringing energy to that building, we know that when we do that. Our fan base gets behind us, and we a lot of times ride the energy that they bring. So we know that's very important, and that's what home court advantage is all about. But it starts with us.
I'm sure it's low on your totem pole, but what do you think the fan base will do when Paul's introduced tomorrow night?
I don't know. I'm sure there'll be some people that support, and there'll be some people that won't. But it was a heck of a player. My time that he spent here, and I spent with him. But that's always the case. When you have situations like this, I didn't experience that as a player, but as a coach. When you leave a place, you have some supporters, and you have some people that are a little bitter about situations. Depending on how you exit.
But this team is so much different, though, than the last couple teams that have been here, correct?
Yeah, we're still trying to create an identity for ourselves. We for the last few years have had that all-star or had all-stars on the team, and this has been a team that we know has been put together this summer, and we're building for the future. So we haven't lost sight of who we are, and the season that we started off being, in the sense of, okay, who are these guys? And we knew coming in we had potential, and we're starting to see some of that potential. But it's still a process and a plan and a development. We're 26 games into the season, and all of a sudden the tone is changing a little bit, which is good. Our guys have done some good things, but we know that it's a long season, and we have to continue to show improvement and growth.
You can't hide anymore, can you? Yeah.
We haven't been hiding. I mean, people haven't been. People had conversations about us at the beginning of the season, and then their conversations are changing about us, and we can't listen to that. We can't. We weren't listening to what was said at the beginning of the season, and now that we're playing good basketball and people are putting us up here, and we can't listen to that. We have to continue to stay focused on the things that we talked about from the start, which is developing our guys, seeing who we have, and building towards the future, and that's where this team is at.
When you were promoted, one of the first things you said is we want to have a team that the fans can be proud of. You reiterated that this summer. Do you feel like you finally have that?
What do you think? I think it's a fun group. I think they play hard. I respect the way they play out on the floor, and they play together, and they give you everything that they have, and I think that's about what you can ask of a team. So we're slowly showing some growth and that chemistry. But yeah, I think it is a fun team to watch and support.
Nate, has anyone emerged as a leader on this team, or is it still kind of a by-committee thing that they talked about?
They've all been pretty much the same, and we voted for captains at the beginning of the season, and those two guys were Thad and Miles, and Victor at that time was speaking up, and we had Al Jefferson speaking up and Damian Wilkins speaking up, and they're still doing it. You know, they're doing the same thing. Victor is just as vocal as anyone in that huddle. You know, during the game, during practice. So is Miles and Thad. You know, so these guys continue to challenge each other and believe in each other, and you know, so anybody emerging, I would say, as a team, they all are.
Did you feel like you had a leadership void last year?
Last year, no. We had more veterans on that team, on the team last season, but no, I didn't feel like we didn't have a leader.
You just mentioned Victor in the leadership role. How deserved is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week honors, and how does that speak to what he's done so far this season?
Well, I think, you know, he continues to show growth, and you know what I think we have to develop with our group, and we're starting to see it. Is a guy or guys that you can close with, that you will put the ball in their hands, and you know he's showing that he is capable of being that guy, making plays down the stretch, creating offense, or you know coming up with steals or blocks defensively, and you know he's been able to do that in some of these recent games, which has given him you know that honor. But he'll tell you that it's not what he's doing, it's what this group is doing, and what they're doing together that is you know creating this opportunity for him to have success.
Any injury concerns for tomorrow?
No, right now Darren did practice today and went through practice. He'll be questionable for tomorrow.